Welcome, welcome to NXT. I still say it's the morning after with the Holy Shhh Podcast. It's morning enough, right? It's morning enough. I got my bonnet on.
Wakey, eggs
Got
and
my bonnet
bakey.
on. So
That's my that's my morning saying. Wakey, eggs and bakey.
It's your boy Ron T the Icon,
My name is Chuck Jordan.
and this is NXT December 17th, which was actually on the road in Boston today. Actually a pretty good look. I like the way it looked. It was remind me of the ECW, the little ECW hookup almost.
The ECW.
So
Mike Loud. Oh, turn this down a little.
this episode of NXT starts off with Axiom versus Obafemi, and Axiom in his first of two matches for the night because he set himself up last week, and Axiom had a bunch of resilience. I was surprisingly most of the majority of the match. Axiom actually kept the pace and dictated how the match was going and carried the momentum. And then Oba said enough, and he put him out. But if there was a breakout performance of the night, there was two for me, and this was one of them by Axiom. But as I said, Obafemi gets the win. But Axiom was very, very impressive in his match against Obafemi, especially somebody so much larger than he is. Chuck, what are your thoughts on this match?
I thought the group. I don't even know what their group name is. Axiom and what's the other guy's name?
Nathan Frazier. They go by Fraxium.
Okay, Fraxium is ready for the main roster. They both been putting in double duty for a while. Like Frazier put in double duty at the last PLE when he was in that penalty box match. Then he had a tag match right like later on.
Yeah.
And now Axiom had the match with Oba, which I know had to hurt.
Yeah, definitely.
And only to just do amazing things later on. It was just like, I wish Abe was here just so he could push the applause button, but we're just going to give him a round of applause ourselves. Them guys are putting in work, and he helped, and Oba looked like a monster once Oba finally was like, you know what, I'm done with this.
Yeah. And I thought this was an excellent match to showcase Axiom once again as a singles performer, because we did the same thing with Nathan Frazier at a Deadline in the Iron Survivor match. So yeah, I agree. I think they're both ready. It's all about when you should pull the trigger and bring them up to the main roster. But next, after this, was a backstage segment with Eddie Thorpe. His interview was interrupted by Ava. She was telling him how he manipulated the system, and he responded by saying, "Hey, I always hear work smarter, not harder," and that's what I did. And it got him an NXT title match. And as much as I hate to admit, he's right. I think he's right. He's work smarter, not harder. He got what he wanted. What did you think? What did you think of him manipulating the system like he did to get his title match?
So my daughters hate this saying, but if you're not cheating, you ain't trying. Okay. And I've been preaching that to my daughters for years, and they both, all four of them, just be like, "Dad, you got to work hard." And I'll be like, "Yes, hard work beats talent when talent isn't working hard. But also, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying."
So I actually like this for Eddie Thorpe too, because I felt like his character was a little stale and added a little bit of heel tendencies to him. I think he actually takes his character up a little bit. So I think that was a smart move.
I actually thought this was a move that my boy would have pulled.
Oh,
This
Ethan
was the
Page.
all ego type pull.
It was definitely an Ethan Page type of move. So
I was like, "Oh man, he's been learning.
he's
He's learning from Ethan."
He was sitting back taking notes. So good job, Ethan. Eddie Thorpe. So the very next match after that was Sol Ruka and Zarya versus the Meta Girls, Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend, which I thought was a weird pairing, Sol Ruka and Zarya.
But that was that locker room segment. I don't know if it was.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I do remember that the locker room segment that led to this. But as as we said before, we hate when they just throw tag teams together and then they beat established tag teams. Well, this time they made the right move, and because Zarya and So Ruka, who are also excellent performers in their own right, they're not a tag team, and Lash
Mm-mm.
and Jakara Jackson are, and the established team beat Zarya and So Ruka because of some miscommunication, and I actually love this decision.
They was not. You know what? And I really love tag teams to where everybody plays their role. Because Jakara Jackson plays her role. She knows what her role in the group is, and she knows that she is not the bougie bully.
Mhm.
She don't step on bougie bully's toes. Bougie bully is the bougie bully. When she threw her out the ring and she held it open for her to fly out, Jakara knew the road. Fly out
Yep.
and keep her out there while I strong arm this other one, and she strong arm Soul, pinned her, and even though Zarya tried to get in, Jakara knew her role. She jumped on her back and wouldn't
Yeah,
allow
don't
her to
let her
get in
in
the
to break up the
ring.
tag. Yep.
Why? Because she knows her role. 1, 2, 3. Bougie Bully got the pin.
And that's what makes a successful tag team right there.
Genius
When
Farmer.
you know your
Genius.
role and everybody plays it, nobody steps on anybody's toes. So Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson, they might be another one that's ready for the main roster. They've been bringing Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson up plenty of times to compete in different stuff. And
They're technically
Lash
listed
Legend
on
just
the main
yeah,
roster.
you said what?
They're listed on the main roster. They're no
Oh,
longer
they are.
listed on NXT. The whole meta group.
Oh, nice.
They just
So
keep having to bounce back and forth.
they're just waiting for Noam Dar to get medically cleared. I'm guessing before they introduce them all together as a group. But
Probably.
I'm really liking their progress and that they're getting the respect that they deserve because they actually was a really good group. And especially Lash Legend, she's been a standout this year. So shout out to both of them.
Shout outs to the Bougie Bully.
And then they had another backstage segment where it looks like it might be another alliance forming later on where you got Tyson and Tyreek, the tag team, and they were arguing about Tyson's lack of sportsmanship. He was looking a little bit like Xavier Woods out there the last couple weeks where he would lose and then he wouldn't shake hands. And then Tyreek was looking like Kofi, trying to shake people's hands and be like the sportsman like. So they're in the back, they're arguing. And then Wesley steps in and said, "Hey, Tyson, keep that mindset up. It'll take you places." So we might be having a little tag team up with Wesley and Tyson, and maybe Tyreek comes along as well, and they become a heel like the New Day. I think they cop in. I don't know. What do you think?
That or Wesley is trying to reform an evil group of um what was the name of his group?
The Rascals.
Yeah, an evil rascals group. He's looking for replacement henchmen.
Well, as a smaller guy, man, you need like the bigger muscle guys to watch your back. I think he was learning. I think he was learning from was it my boy with Trick Williams as his muscle. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. If you're a smaller guy, you got to get two big guys to watch your back, man.
I was gonna ask you about that, but you weren't there that day.
Oh, what day was that?
When Carmelo came out to the ring all cocky and Braun Strowman music hit and he looked scared. This is the first time we saw Carmelo Hayes look scared, but he legit looked
I would have looked
like
scared too. I'm not
he
gonna
was
lie.
like, "What is this?" But you talked all that trash on. Now I got to go beat this little competitor. You got me in this little match, and I keep always forget the GM of SmackDown. He was like, "Oh no, Carmelo, I think you'll enjoy this one.
Oh yeah.
Enjoy that little match." And he was like, "I will." Put his little shades on, walk to the ring, and then he looking in the ring. He like, "All right, where's this little guy?" Bro, he was like a deer in the headlights. He was like,
Yeah, I definitely would have looked the same way. So
"Oh man."
I don't know. Maybe Carmelo needs that. He needs that muscle man to be compared. Like if you think about it, he has not been successful like that since kicking Trick Williams to the curb. So maybe he needs somebody. He might need somebody to watch his back.
I know he talks too much trash for anybody who watches back.
All right, we'll
But
see
back
what
to
happens
this.
with
But
him.
back to this.
But back to your girl. This next match, Jada Parker versus Ren Sinclair. Now, I've said it as the weeks go on. Every week, Ren Sinclair gets more and more impressive, showing her ring ability. But
See.
Jada Parker was just too
See.
good.
See.
And they had a breakout, like they had a fight breakout between her group and Ren's group. And Jada capitalized on that and took her out. So Jada Parker continues to take a win, bouncing back after her loss against Lola Vice. And Jada Parker is up next. I don't know what title she's going to get, but she's definitely due for a title coming soon. So
Jada Parker needs merch so I can buy it.
she does need merch. What's going on with that?
WWE, get my girl some merch so I can buy it. You can get the Miss Parkers. You can get the She Up Next. You can get the one with the little her with the little shoulder. It don't even matter. Just get matter of fact, use all three. You can use all three ideas. Just get my girl some merch.
Jada Parker definitely needs some merch. Let's go. I think she'll be outselling a lot of people. Everybody loves Jada Parker right now. You seen them videos where people, you see those videos where she's in the ring and the crowd is chanting and all that type of stuff. Is great, man. So Jada Parker is definitely over. She needs a title. She needs merch, definitely.
And here's the sad thing. She is over her group.
Yeah.
And I think Ren is still at the bottom of hers. Like the guys in her group really stand out. Where no one remembers who the guys in Jada's group are half the time.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you their name right. I didn't know it's OTM, but I couldn't tell you the individual names. This is true. So yeah, maybe they gotta bring they're trying to bring Ren up and she needs to bring them up. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. But we did have another backstage segment, which was a lot of backstage segments this week. They're trying to hold a lot of stuff towards the end of the year. But it was a show of unity between Shotzi, Gigi, and Tatum as they were playing with their dolls. But if you look at the opposite, Fatal Attraction, there seems to be a little bit of tension there. And was it Alba Fire and man, I can't the name Isla Dawn shows up and points that out. Because every time, and if you look at JC Jane, every time that Fallon Henley mentions something about her title, she rolls her eyes. So we got a little bit of jealousy going on there with JC Jane and Fallon Henley. I guess she's feeling like she should have been the one with the title.
Love it.
And then showing JC Jane's character is the same thing that happened in her last group. So
I never believed, even if we're in a group, if we both went for the same title at one point, and you got it and I didn't, as proud as I am of you, there's still that resentment that I couldn't get it done.
Absolutely.
Especially if we train together and I feel like I'm either on par with you or I could have been better than you. And you got it over me. I might not say nothing because you my boy, but deep down, why couldn't it have been me?
in the words of Dolph Ziggler, it should have been me.
Yeah, should have been me.
But this next match, this is my second breakout performance because Fraxium versus Gallus, and Frazier comes out with his protective mask on. Axiom comes out all taped up because he got his butt kicked by Obafemi the match earlier in the day, and Gallus comes out fresh. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. Fraxium is top 5 best NXT tag teams ever. And I'll continue to say it because there's no reason why they should have run this match. But their resilience is unmatched. And they pull it off again and they defeat Gallus, and Nathan Frazier carried most of the weight, and he showed out just like Axiom did with their match at Dateline and or at Deadline, and I was impressed once again, and like you said earlier, they're definitely ready for the main roster.
They remind me, and I hate to use these guys because everybody thinks of them how they are now, but they remind me of a young Matt and Jeff type of, I can carry you, you can carry me, depending on what night it is. Or like a Jimmy and Jay, how they used to, sometimes Jimmy was the leader, sometimes Jay. It didn't really matter as long as we get the win.
Yeah.
The most important thing is us getting the win.
Yeah, they had a little moment of miscommunication that swerved everybody. You think, oh, this is it. Where I think they did the same thing where Nathan Frazier accidentally hit Axiom at Deadline, and then this time Axiom accidentally hit for Nathan Frazier with the golden ratio, and they still pulled it off, man. This was a very exciting match from beginning to end, and shout out to Fraxium. Like I said, top 5. They might be the number 5, but it's still top 5 in my opinion. Best tag teams in NXT of all
I'm
time.
no longer going to argue it, even though I say top 10, but I'm no longer going to argue it because they continue to impress me every week.
We had another backstage segment that led to something else, which was Young OG bragging to Hank and Tank about the type of year that he had at NXT, and your boy Ethan Page was sitting back there hearing all of it and stormed off, and he's like, "Oh man, Young OG looked like he felt bad about it." And then right after that, they had a little training segment with Charlie Dempsey and Lexis King. Whole training montage. And, oh man, you need some water out here in these streets. I'm not even talking about Jada Parker no more.
I know. I just got dehydrated after it though.
But after the training montage, it looks like Lexis King is getting his rematch to the Heritage Cup. I think they're going to put it on Lexis King. I don't think Charlie Dempsey and the OCC needs it anymore. I mean, the NQCC needs it anymore. But this next thing though was leading after the segment with the Ethan Page. He comes out to talk to the NXT crowd, saying that he's lost his smile and he's a disappointment to his family. Go ahead, grab you some water right quick.
It's too far.
It's too far. But he said he's a disappointment to his family and he's lost his smile. And Young OG comes out and apologizes. Look, man, I didn't know you were back there. I know how it is to hear somebody keep talking about their accomplishment and rubbing it in your face. And I've seen the real Ethan Page, and real Ethan Page is a family man, and I respect you, and I'm proud of what you accomplished. And he said, you know what? You haven't seen the real Ethan Page. And he said something about, I keep saying that I lost my smile, but I think I'm going to take yours. And punches him in the face, attacks him, grabs a chair, puts it across his face, stumps on it, and apparently he took out some of Young OG's teeth. So he saw the refs and everybody come out. They rush him to the back as there's blood in the ring and all that type of stuff. But yeah, Ethan Page is back, I guess. The menacing Ethan Page. He's showing us another. It did kind of catch me off guard. I knew something was going to happen. I didn't think that was going to happen.
I will say, as great as this was, Young OG, I saw him put something in his mouth, and he just
I don't know when he did it.
It was after he hit him in with the mic. He was on the ground. He did like this, and then when he got up, then he put the chair on his head. Shot all the blood out.
Yeah, I know that's what they did. I didn't see him put it in there, but if you caught it, then you got to be smoother with that. You got to be a
Yeah.
little bit smoother. But I like the segment though. I thought the
It was
segment
great.
was
Like I
pretty
said,
good.
as great as it was, I did see him put it in his mouth. But
I wonder. I'm
still,
just
it's a
wondering
great segment.
I wonder how they're gonna play this though with him. Which teeth did he lose? Did he just knock his wisdom teeth out? So you'll never know. It's all the way in the back.
See that or
Take him off TV for a little bit. Say he had to go to the
if
dentist.
yeah, I was gonna say if he was already got an appointment to, you know what I'm saying, get his teeth fixed. That's a way to take him off TV. That way, when he has a different smile,
Oh yeah,
we ain't all alarmed. Like
like Roman Reigns when he came back with all those veneers.
or I was gonna use the non-wrestling, but yeah, let's use Roman because I was gonna say or like how fans was when Glorilla started popping up and she looked like how she looked in her video. Everybody was looking like, wait a minute, but she
Yeah,
was like, yeah, my video popped up. I got paid. First thing I did was got my teeth
get my
fixed.
teeth
Like,
fixed, right?
why wouldn't I?
That's how you should do it right there. That's what I would have did. But yeah, we shall see. We're gonna be New Smile, Young OG. Like we saw New Smile,
I
New
probably would just
Smile,
get braces.
yeah, New Smile Roman Reigns was funny. That was the first thing I noticed when he came back. I was like, man, you see Roman's teeth? They're like
Look
perfectly
like
square.
chitlets. Look like little perfect chitlets.
That's just perfectly square all the way around. No canine teeth, just all square. That's one thing about veneers that is just weird. Is everything is just uniform.
Yeah, no, I gotta have some type of imperfections in there.
I know it's crazy looking. But but this leading up to the main event, Trick Williams gets approached by Obafemi and he says that I hope you win tonight because I want to face you and take your title. I want to take the title from you at New Year's Evil. So the match starts with Eddie Thorpe versus Trick Williams for the NXT title, and Eddie Thorpe put up a pretty good fight, but it ended in controversy, as they say, when Eddie Thorpe accidentally knocks out the first ref. A new ref comes out, and Eddie Thorpe gets the upper hand again. He's running at Trick Williams. Trick Williams hits him with the trick shot, falls on top of him, but Trick Williams' shoulders are down while Eddie Thorpe's shoulders are down. Both referees slide in the ring, count 3. One ref counts for Eddie Thorpe because Eddie Thorpe put his hand around Trick Williams' chest, and the other one counts Eddie Thorpe's shoulders being down and counts for Trick Williams. So we have a double pin, double count. Nobody knows who wins. So it looks like we're gonna end up getting a triple threat match.
I don't like that.
I don't either.
Because even if that is true, I'm going to go old school. Well, not even old, but last 10 years. Do you remember when Brock had Roman in the Kimura lock?
Yeah.
And Roman just leaned him up, and Brock's shoulders was down. He had to let go. Even if I put my arm around you, my shoulders are down, and even if you're on top of me, pause. My shoulders are still down. Even if yours are also down, if you count 1, 2, 3, I still would lose.
But also Trick's shoulders were down.
Which means we both would lose, which means it goes to the champion. I still would win.
Yeah, that's true. It should be default. If you say if we both lose, then default is champion still the champion.
Yeah, so
but we know how they're gonna play it. This is gonna end up being a triple threat match. And if this is a way that they're gonna screw us over from Obafemi getting that title.
I actually hopefully it's the other way. I actually think this is the way for Oba to get the belt without Trick losing.
Yeah, this could be it too.
You know, make both that way both of them look strong at the end. And Trick can always come back and be like, well, you never beat me, man.
That's true. Or just show up at the Royal Rumble, whatever one they want to do. Yeah. Come out. You know what? You didn't beat me, but you were the better man that match. I'm gonna shake your hand, Oba. That's my Trick Williams impression.
That was great.
Oh, thank you. But overall, solid NXT. Not as good as it was I mean, it's hard to beat Deadline. That thing was perfect.
Yeah,
But
no.
it was pretty good. So on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you give this week's NXT?
7.
Yeah, I agree. I gave it a 7 as well. But with those two breakout performances, I would just say breakout performance by Fraxium. I'm excited to see who their next opponents are going to be. They both look
I would love to see them versus the New Day, but I know they won't bring New Day to NXT.
You know what? That may be a really good way to continue the heat for the New Day. Have them come down and take the titles from Fraxium. That would be a good way to do it. I would be for that.
That would be a lot of heat. They already got kicked out the locker room.
It would. You say, you know what? They don't accept us in this locker room. We'll come back to NXT. And then we'll take the titles. And they will have to accept us. We'll get our own locker room.
Yeah.
Don't be stealing our stuff. We know y'all.
No, take this one. Take this one.
No, you don't really do take this one.
Take this one and take the Jada Parker's merch. Take all 3 ideas for the merch ideas.
Yeah, I agree.
Shoulder, the Miss Parker, just have her standing, you know, how Miss Parker was in Friday. Call Ice Cube, get clearance of that. He'll give it to you. Have the Miss Parker shirts, and then have the She Up Next one.
Yeah.
3 shirts right there for you, WWE.
NXT New Day, new tag team
and all
champions.
I'm asking for is some tickets to a show.
Just tickets. That's it.
Just tickets.
Just tickets. Backstage passes. Just that's it.
You know, just hook us up. Oh, and clear some of our like the returning of Chuck's Angels, maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
I want to be getting flagged for everything I do.
Well, the next time you'll see us, well, actually, you will see Abe tonight or tomorrow, whenever he decides to do it. But you will see him on Wednesday. We'll say that.
Most likely tonight. Most likely tonight. Him and Bald Bro.
For the AEW Dynamite, and then you'll see us all for SmackDown on Friday. So until next time, it's your boy Ron T the Icon.
My name is Chuck Jordan.
And this is the Holy Shhh Podcast. Peace. Media.